Console and GUI, also known as Graphical User Interface, are two different ways of interacting with computer systems. Console interfaces are text-based, while GUIs use graphical elements such as icons, menus, and windows to interact with the system. Here's a more in-depth discussion of each interface and their language information, use cases, example, pros and cons. Number 1. Console Interface. A console interface, also known as a command line interface, allows the user to interact with the system using text commands. The console is the operating system's primary interface, and has been around since the earliest day of computing. Console interfaces are used for various tasks such as system administration, programming, and debugging. Language information. Console interfaces typically use scripting languages like Bash, Python, and PowerShell. These languages are interpreted and executed by the operating system's command interpreter. Use cases. Console interfaces are mostly used by the system administrators, developers, and power users. They are often used for tasks that require automation or that can't be done easily through a GUI. Examples. Some examples of console interfaces include Command Prompt in Windows, Terminal in Mac OS, and Bash Shell in Linux. Pros. Console interfaces are generally faster and more efficient than GUIs, especially for repetitive tasks. Console interfaces often have more powerful scripting capabilities than GUIs, making them ideal for automation and batch processing. Console interfaces can be used remotely, making them ideal for system administration tasks. Cons. Console interfaces have a steeper learning curve than GUIs and can be intimidating for beginners. Console interfaces are not very user-friendly, and mistakes can lead to irreversible damage to the system. Console interfaces lack graphical elements, making it difficult to visualize complex data.
GUI interface. A GUI interface uses graphical elements like icons, menus, and windows to interact with the system. GUIs are much more user-friendly than console interface, and they are the primary interface for most computer users. Language information. GUI interfaces are typically built using programming languages like Java, Python, C++, and JavaScript. These languages are compiled and executed by the operating system's graphics engine. Use cases. GUI interfaces are used for a wide range of tasks, including word processing, web browsing, multimedia editing, and gaming. Examples. Some examples of GUI interfaces include Windows Explorer in Windows, Finder in Mac OS, and Nautilus in Linux. Pros. GUI interfaces are user-friendly and easy to learn, making them accessible to beginners. GUI interfaces use graphical elements that make it easy to visualize complex data. GUI interfaces are more forgiving than console interfaces, and mistakes can be corrected easily. Cons. GUI interfaces are often slower than console interfaces, especially for repetitive tasks. GUI interfaces are limited in the scripting capabilities compared to console interfaces, making them less ideal for automation and batch processing. GUI interfaces can be more resource-intensive than console interfaces, requiring more powerful hardware.
In summary, console interfaces and GUIs have their strengths and weaknesses, and the choice between the two depends on the task at hand. Console interfaces are ideal for tasks that require automation or that can't be done easily through a GUI. On the other hand, GUIs are more user-friendly and accessible to beginners, and are ideal for tasks that require visualization and interactivity.